You don't be an autocratic parent. Don't command him, don't do this, don't do that. But that doesn't mean that you can leave him free at all. Be a collaborative parent. If your child has to grow well, be a collaborative parent. And what do you mean by collaborative parent? Involve him in many activities. Let him be in 4th standard. Let him be in 3rd standard. Let him be in 10th standard. Involve him in your discussions and decisions. That's most important. You know, why so? Even if you have to buy a car and your child is in 2nd standard, go to your little son and say, hey, my dear little baby, Dada and Papa and Mama wanting to buy a car for us to travel, a new car. Which car do you prefer? Just ask him. Should I buy Maruti? Should I buy Honda? Should I buy Hyundai? Right? You involve him. The moment you involve him, he becomes a confident child. Saying that, hey, my Papa and Mama, you know, they will ask me always. You can do different. Even if he says Maruti, you can buy a Hyundai, no harm. But he's happy that, yes, Mama, Papa asked him. Build up the confidence. Try and appreciate your child. Most of the parents will see where the child is going wrong. No. Imagine when the teacher sends you, the report card. What do you look at in the report card, my dear ma'ams and sirs? You will only look at where your child has got less than 90%. How many of the mothers and father can raise their hands and say, Krish, I don't look at those less than 90 marks. I don't bother. I look at those English 92, Hindi 96, social science 98. Oh, wow. And appreciate the child. My dear little child, you have done extremely well out of 5 subjects. In 3 subjects, you have scored more than 90. Appreciate. But yes, those are the 2 subjects you have scored little lesser. 78% and 82%. Not to worry, my dear little child. Next time, work harder, work smarter, and then you will score 90. Instead of that, moment that little child brings that report card, everybody will hold their ears and, what happened to you? What happened to that 2 subjects, man? What did you do that day? I told you, don't play with Papa. You're watching cricket and this is what happens. Don't do this. A child needs appreciation. I'll just tell you a small little story here. There was a little child, just about 2 years young. The 2 years young child goes to Papa and says, Papa, I've learned something new. I've learned something new. And the Papa says, shut up, man. What are you saying? He's busy with his phone talking business. This child says, Papa, listen to me, Papa. Come on, I've learned something new. Shut up. I'm busy. Finally, this 2-year-old child pulls the pant and says, Papa, just see what I learned. And you know what happens? Papa says, okay, tell me. And you know what this little 2-year-old child says? And he says, Papa, I've learned to do this. And Papa says, what a foolish fellow you are, man. What is there to learn in this? Doing this is but doing this for a 2-year-old child is great. For a 2-year child, Papa ignores the child. And the same child grows, comes to the 11th and 12th standard. When the child comes to the 12th standard, the board exam, this parent, this same father picks up the child, the son or the daughter, whom he ignored when the child was 2 years. That's here in the mind of the little child. The father asks, how was your exam today? Papa, put on the AC a little more. How was the exam? I'm asking you, Papa, what is this FM? Change the music. These are old songs, man. Papa, change it to my choice. Come on, some pop music, put it here. Why oldie? Come on, put it. You know why does the child react? Because when the child was 2 years old, when child learned something and showed it to the dad ignored. So that when the child grows, reaches the 11th and 12th standard, he gets his mush on his lips, above the lips, and this guy feels he's grown so big that he ignores the father. Don't do this. For any action of your little child, whether it's 3rd standard, 4th, give a listening ear. I always tell my parents, how many of you have lunch, dinner, breakfast together? Very few of you. We are all busy here. Luckily, that is why COVID-19 came and said, all of you sit at home. Otherwise, mommy has the dinner at 9 o'clock. Papa has it at 8:30. The son has it at 8 o'clock. None of you join together and have, at least let me tell you from now onwards, promise me that either breakfast or dinner or lunch, as a family you sit together? How many of you how many of you jointly, Papa, Mama, daughter, son together, make a prayer to the Almighty? How many of you join together? Come on, these are our simple practices. Maybe you are into a technological advancement stage. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Kneel down and pray to the Jesus. Saying, thank you, Jesus, for taking care of me for the day. The entire family. How many of you do that? At least, can't you spend 10 minutes folding your hands and praying to the Almighty as a joint family? Please do it. It makes a lot of difference. And when I ask parents, how many of you spend time with your children? Sir, Krish, I spend, we spend, I spend. And how do you spend? The father says, I take my son on a bike, for about half an hour ride. Mommy says, oh, I show him a movie, 2 hours movie, right? Netflix movie, wow. What do you do with him? I take him to a mall. What do? I take him to a theater. Parents, these are not the way to spend time with your children. I'm sorry. It is, if you go to a mall, if you go to a restaurant, Papa eats, Mama eats, children eat. That's all of you eat. If you take him to a mall, sometimes Papa buys a shirt, Mama buys a sari, child may be buying a socks. Now, these are not the ways to spend time. This is not the way. Let me tell you how to spend time. Because most of you have a problem, the child never listens to you. And the way you should spend time, Papa and Mama who are here with me today, is to do what your child wants for at least 20 minutes a day. If your child wants you to behave, Dad, you must behave like a joker, behave like a joker for 20 minutes. If a child wants the Mama to sing a song, for 20 minutes, sing a song, even if you're not Lata Mangeshkar. Come on, yaar. Do what your child wants you to do for 20 minutes in a day, right? And if you do it for 20 minutes in a day, my dear parents, if you listen and do what he wants, I will promise you that out of the 20 minutes balance 23 hours and 40 minutes, the child will do what you want him or her to do. How many of you tried this trick? If the child wants you to play caroms for 20 minutes, play for 20 minutes, yeah. Poor little children. Come on. This is how you should spend time with your children. Not the way what you like to do, taking him out for one day picnic. All those, if you may not be liking to go for a picnic, don't take him for a picnic, yeah. Just 20 minutes a day, do what your child wants.